Assalamu alaikum. So here's the special recipe for Eid Milad. I'm posting it a little late. So this is the special Hyderabadi NIZAMI KHEER, which is made up of dry fruits, nuts, khawa, and a lot of dry fruits again. And also the puri or the kanola that we say. It is a traditional dish that we make during this time, and it is a very nice combination of kheer and canola. So the canola is basically made up of dry coconut. It is also at times made up of the wet coconut like gila nariyal. So here I'm using the dry coconut, and this turned out so amazing. It not necessary that you have to make it only on Eid Milad. You can just make it in your regular time as well. So the ingredients required are here are 250 grams of dry coconut. I have grated it. You have to just roast it for 2 to 3 minutes on medium flame. Remove it in another dish. I have taken at least 4 teaspoons of charoli here. The dry fruits depend as per your liking. Just roast it that on low flame. Add it into the coconut mixture. I have taken dry fruits of my choice again, like I have taken almonds and cashews, and here are 3 teaspoons of poppy seeds. The variation depends. The canola is such a dish that you can add anything of your choice, or you can eliminate anything as per your liking. So I am roasting the poppy seeds along with the dry fruits, because if I roast it alone it will start to crackle up. So here I have taken at least 100 grams of suji. This is already roasted, but just I'm roasting it once again. Once this is roasted, add this also to the coconut mixture. And for the sugar, now the kheer is already going to be sweet, so I am not going to make the canolas very sweet. Hence I have taken at least 450 grams of sugar, and I just grinded it into a powdered kind of a thing. If you want, you can use barik piti shakkar or granulated sugar, but do not use very thick sugar in this. So just give this a nice mix, and along with this you have to add 2 teaspoons of cardamom powder. Well, that's for the flavor and the fragrance. And I'm adding raisins here, the sweet raisins. I have taken 2 handful quantity here of raisins. So this saran or this mixture is ready. Now this is the filling mixture. Now for the dough, I am taking half kg of maida, refined flour, and I am taking 1 whole katori of ghee. Now I'm melting it and I'm adding it to the maida. Now for half kg of maida, I am using 1 teaspoon of salt. Do not add a lot of salt. When you add the salt, just mix it with dry hands so that it is combined together. Once combined, you have to pour in the hot melted ghee over the maida mixture. Now why melted ghee? Because it gives a very nice khasta effect, like to your canolas. So it tastes very nice, and it does not just drink a lot of oil while frying or something. It does not become soggy. Since the ghee is just melted, just mix it carefully with the help of a spoon, and after 1 to 2 minutes you can then knead it with your hands. First, make sure to incorporate the ghee with the maida completely, and just see by pressing it in between your palms, is there a dough like consistency, like is a ball or small lump forming in it. So you have to mix it very evenly, very nicely. And once done, I am not going to use water here. I am going to use milk here. So I had already boiled the milk, and it is at room temperature. So I am going to add the milk slowly. You have to not add all the milk at once. So you see how the mixture is forming, like it is giving a form or a shape kind of a thing. So this is the perfect consistency. Now let's add milk. For half kg of maida, I think I used almost 125 ml to 150 ml of milk. Now the milk is a little bit lukewarm, not very hot, not too cold. It is at room temperature. So I'll just mix this and I'll get back. The dough has to be smooth and soft because maida will release all its gluten. Hence at times you see that your maida or your puri or anything that you make out of the maida dough, it stretches and it retracts back to its original size. So that is because you have not kneaded the dough properly. Hence it is very important that you knead the dough properly, or puri banate time it will give you the elasticity effect and you will not be able to make the puri. Hence whatever tips and tricks are there, please follow that. So I'll mix this nicely and I'll get back. A nice smooth dough has to be prepared. So the first batch of milk was already done. Now I'm adding a very little quantity of milk just to see that everything binds in together. While preparing this dough with maida, you do not require a lot of milk or water. You can even use water, but I am preferring milk here. So at least after kneading for 15 minutes here, the dough is ready, and I'm applying little bit of melted ghee to it, and I'm going to give it a rest of at least 30 to 35 minutes. And after 35 minutes I'm again going to knead it. So this is after 35 minutes. I'm just kneading it again, and again I'm going to give it a rest of 10 minutes so that the dough is nice and smooth. So you can see it is nice and smooth. So after 10 minutes I just took some amount of the dough, and I am going to make small balls out of it, lemon sized balls. Now it depends how big or how mediocre or how small you want to make the canola in size. I am keeping them as per the standard size. So I am preparing all the lemon sized balls at once so that it becomes easier for me, and I start making the puris at one go, and again I have to now do this process. So you see, I am not cutting it too thick or too thin. It has to be of medium thickness. So here I'm cutting all of them and just preparing. A lot of advanced preparation helps you to make things at a go. Like you are not disturbed in between, like okay, this has to be done again. So here everything is ready. Now I'm starting to make the canola. Shape a small sized puri of medium thickness, not too thin, not too thick. It has to be of medium thickness. And I'm adding 2 to 2.5 generous teaspoons of the filling. Make sure you do not add a lot of filling, or else while frying your oil may get spoiled, because if you do not cover it nicely. Now the important part is sealing the puri here. I am using water here. If you want, you can even use milk. The sealing part has to be done very carefully and properly, because in case if you do not seal it nicely, your oil is going to get spoiled. Your filling of the coconut and the dry fruit, it is all going to release it into the oil. So here you see how nicely you have to press the edges. You have to press it very nicely and pack it perfectly. You also get ready-made molds for canolas, but I don't prefer that because it's easier to make it in this way as shown here. So traditionally, we used to help our moms and nannies, for any of the upcoming events, or in any weddings or something. So this is a habit. So you have to just take it and you have to just keep pinching forward, so you get this beautiful design. Now I made it in the triangle shape. Now I'm making one in the round shape. This also seems very cute. So for this type of canola, you have to make 2 puris, and you have to do the filling in this. If you even add 3 to 3.5 teaspoon of filling, does not matter, because as it is, nothing can come out because it is in a round shape. So here you have to keep pinching, and then you get a nice cute canola design. You can practice, even if you do not get it at the first go, you can practice for 1 or 2 canolas, and then you will get it perfectly. The essence is that if you have the will to learn or something, if you want to make a good recipe, you will eventually do it if you have it in your own mind. So you see how nicely this is shaped. So yes, one more important thing is whenever you make canolas, you have to cover everything. You have to cover the saran filling, you have to cover the maida dough, lemon sized balls. You have to cover, even when you prepare it, you have to take a wet cloth, not wet cloth, I would say a moist cloth, a clean one, and then you have to keep it covered. If you keep it open, there will be cracks on it and it will be a difficulty while frying, and also it will get very hard. So here you see all of them are prepared, alhamdulillah. And now I have kept oil for heating. Your oil should not be very hot, not very low. It has to be of medium flame. Like if I say, it should be at least 150 to 180 degrees Celsius. So here I'm placing all the canolas one by one, and mashallah, they are so nicely turning on their own. So that's a very good sign that everything has turned out perfectly. So you have to have a lot of patience while frying the canolas, because if you fry it on a high flame, it will get the color from outside. So you have to cook it patiently, you have to fry it patiently, and make sure that you keep stirring at intervals. Do not turn the canolas harshly. This batch took me at least say 25 minutes to fry, because the flame was on low to medium, the flame was not on high. We want to achieve an even golden color to the puris. Try to use a wider or a bigger vessel while frying the canolas, because if you fry them in one batch, but make sure that you do not overcrowd your frying vessel with the canolas, or else there is a chance that they might get spoiled. So here you see almost they have achieved the color, but I'm going to stir it, or let it fry for at least 2 to 3 minutes more. Now I have reduced the flame to completely on low, so that an even golden color is achieved. So it's done, and I'm removing them. Make sure that you remove at least 2 to 3 puris at one time. Do not add a lot of them at once, because since they are very just fried, you do not want them to break. So this canolas had turned out very khasta and so amazing, like the crisp and crunch. So this is a versatile recipe. You can just make it at home, or this is particularly made in functions, and just enjoy it. Now let's make the special Hyderabadi Nizami kheer. For that I have taken 2 liters of cow milk, and I soaked 25 almonds and 25 cashews overnight. So I peeled the almond skin, and I'm adding it to a jar. Now I have taken basmati rice. I soaked it for 5 hours. Now the quantity for the basmati rice is at least one standard size bowl. I'm going to grind it, not into a paste kind of thing, but it has to be a little bit of grainy kind of texture thing, and I'm using milk to grind this. I'm grinding it on pulse mode and not on speed 1, 2 or 3. So here you see I have grinded it, and you can see how granulated the mixture is. I have not made it into a paste kind of thing. So here the milk has also boiled. Make sure that you stir the milk, or else there is a chance that the malai, or the milk gets burnt at the bottom, and we do not want the kheer to have that burnt smelly taste. So the milk has come to a boil. Now I'm going to let the milk boil for at least 5 minutes on slow flame. And special Hyderabadi Nizami kheer requires dry fruit, so please do not skip it. So here I have taken boiled milk, which is at least 2 big cups, and to that I am adding to 350 grams of khawa. Now I am preferring khawa a little bit more, because it gives that rich creamy taste to the kheer. So here I am adding the nuts and rice mixture. With one hand you have to keep mixing the milk, and with the other hand you have to pour the mixture so that there is no lump formation to the kheer. Many times we see that there are big lumps into the kheer, and then you have to keep mashing it with the masher. If you follow this trick, you will not get lumps in your kheer. So let this also come to a boil. Once there is a boil, after 10 to 15 minutes, I'm adding the khawa and milk mixture. I am not going to use milkmaid, I am not going to use corn flour, I am not going to use custard powder to make this kheer thick or creamy, because as it is, this is a combination of kheer and canola, so I don't want the kheer to be very thick. If you wish that your kheer needs to be thick, you can add 1 teaspoon of custard powder with half a cup of cold milk. So here it's done, and I am adding at least half kg of sugar, because the canola is not that sweet, hence I'm adding that quantity. You can adjust it as per your liking, and I'm adding charoli and 2 to 2.5 teaspoon of elaichi powder. This has to be mixed nicely. Now the dry fruits depend on your choice. At the end I'm going to add pistachios and almonds as well. So once you add the khawa mixture, make sure that you do not stop, or else your kheer will get burnt. Boil it for another 5 minutes and your special Nizami kheer is ready. I garnished it with some gold foil and with some pistachios and rose petals. I did also add almonds, like we chop it for the sheer kurma, so I added that as well, but I forgot it to shoot. So here your special Nizami Hyderabadi kheer is ready, and it just tastes heavenly. You must give this a try. Even if you have guests at home or something, this is going to be the star of the show. So I've shared the kheer canola recipe with you all, and if you like this, so subscribe to my channel. Also share this with your family and friends. These two recipes are versatile and can be made at any time of the hour or any time of the day. Of course, advanced preparations and hard work is required, but the results turn out so amazing. So if you found this helpful, please do give a like and subscribe to the channel, and inshallah I'll see you in the next video. Jazakallah for watching.